Hey guys, Pedro here to do an album review. Today I'm here to talk to you guys about the brand new record from Children of Bodom, Hexed, out March 8th on Nuclear Blast. The album has 11 tracks and it's 45 minutes in length. Now, to me this album has layers upon layers upon layers. So if you just look at it at the surface, you're really going to be missing the point on this record, and I feel like you're going to be missing a lot of key characteristics that really give this record life and give the album a certain dynamic that's really important in order to have this specific record work from song 1 to song 11. To me, the main point, the main glue, if you will, that keeps this whole record together, it's the heavy rock and roll influence that it has. I really feel the moment you open up the hood of the car and you look underneath it, you'll see that the spinal cord of this album is heavily influenced by pure rock and roll. Some songs you're going to find that influence a lot more, and in some songs it's not as noticeable, but regardless, it's there from song 1 to song 11. A lot of other things that I noticed that were used in order to create this record. I felt the record had a wide variety of genres and also a wide variety of eras as far as musical styles influencing the sound on this record. For example, I felt that from a keyboard's perspective, the range was so wide, anything from classical music to more 80s arcade pop style to 90s Euro pop vibe. A little bit of everything was used as far as the melody and style of the keyboards on this record. Same thing on the guitars. I really felt that the wide range of sounds was there. There was a wide range of eras present in the style of the guitars and the way the melodies were put together, but also in the way the riffs sounded and the life that gave to the songs. To me, these are all the moving pieces, and these are a lot of moving pieces that really make this record work. And make the record be very fluid, very dynamic, have a very crisp sound, and really not allow the listener to feel that they know what's coming around the corner. Each song is individually different while keeping some of the same characteristics. And they really did a good job with the structure of the record. They really alternated songs that were a lot faster, heavier, with some slower songs. But overall, the structure of the album really plays out really well, and it's an album that's extremely enjoyable sitting down from song 1 to song 11. It really has a life of its own. Each song brings something different to the table, and while you're getting cool keyboard melodies track after track after track, cool guitar solos, cool guitar melodies, all of them are different. All of them feel different. They feel like they have a different influence. So the underline is there. The underline of how good the melodies are and how good the guitar riffs are is there, connecting every single song and how they were used. That is what changes. The style, the influence that they had, how it comes across, how it sounds like, the different life, the different dynamic that gives each song. That's what makes each single song on this record feel so different from each other. This is what makes the record feel like a record made out of 11 songs that have some common denominators, but all of them are very different in nature and sound and structure and in feel. I really like that, because that to me was key in order for me to be able to enjoy this record from the first song to the last song of the record. Extremely dynamic, extremely pleasurable, really good structure, really good listening experience. I love this record. I cannot get enough of this record. And the more I listen to this record, the more I feel like I discovered new nuances that I didn't see before. This is an album that really, the more you listen to it, the more influences you're able to pull out, the more key characteristics you're able to discover, either in a solo or in a guitar riff or in a keyboard melody or how the song was structured. You can discover different influences, different styles, different components. Every single time you listen to the record, there is something new to be had, there is something new to be found. That to me is amazing, and it makes the album fresh with every time you go through it, with every listening experience. That, I think, is what a band wants when they put out a record. They want the record never to feel stale, to feel like it's a brand new record that you're listening to for the first time every single time you sit down to listen to the record. That's what you get with Hexed from Children of Bodom. You get a record that it doesn't matter if it's your 10th time or your 20th time, it would still feel like it's the first time that you're listening to it, because you'll discover a new key component. You discover a different element that you didn't feel like it was there the previous time. Now, as far as favorite songs are concerned, or at least as far as my favorite songs are concerned, I gotta start with Kickin' Spleen. I absolutely love this song from the first time that I listened to the record. This to me was one of the songs that immediately spoke to me. That scream at the beginning of the song as the guitar kicks in absolutely gives you chills. It's a trademark Children of Bodom scream, and you get it right at the beginning of the song. It feels like it sets the table, it sets the tempo for a song that's heavy and fast with killer guitar riffs. The chorus doesn't really slow down things. This is a song that's very dynamic in nature. It really, from the moment that scream comes in, it really never feels like there's going to be any slowing down of the song. And the chorus doesn't really slow it down. It continues with the aggression and it continues with the melody. I really like what they did with the vocal layering around the chorus as well. They added a couple of vocal layers to the chorus to give the song a little bit of an extra kick, to give the song a little bit of an extra heaviness, if you will. And that to me created a very dynamic chorus. This song has a really cool chorus from that perspective, and using those extra vocal layers to it really added a different thing to the song, and it made the song feel different from previous songs on the record. The drums and the guitars and the keyboards all come together in this song to create heaviness when you need heaviness out of the song, but also melody. The melody of the keyboard is absolutely haunting. This song has one of the more haunting keyboard melodies throughout the record. It just has a sense of darkness that then melts into the solo, and then it's followed back by another keyboard solo. So you have this awesome haunting keyboard melody that sets the track, sets the tone, followed by an absolutely amazing solo. This album is filled with incredible solos, and then as that solo is finishing off, you get a keyboard solo very different from that haunting melody that started off, almost in line with the guitar solo that came in previously to finish off the song. Very dynamic, very fast-paced tempo song, that one of my absolute favorites. And having those layers of the vocals in the chorus to me was extremely important in order to make this song work. Because it's a song that's very dynamic, it really needed something to create a little bit of extra volume and create a little bit of heaviness on that chorus. Another song that I have to mention is Hexed. Hexed also has one of my favorite choruses of the record. One of the main reasons is also they added layers, and they added they added this momentum in the chorus where you have almost a feel that there's a group of voices coming in and screaming the name of the song. Adds to the catchiness and the hookiness of the chorus, but it adds a different element. It adds a live element to the song. This song really feels like a live song. It feels like a song performed in a live setting. You're gonna get the audience screaming Hexed back at the band. So from that perspective, it's a studio track that really feels to me like a live track. I really like the dynamic that this song has, and it's one of those songs that just absolutely captivates you from the moment you start listening to it. A huge part of that is really the way the chorus is put together, the way they have that there. Another element of this song that I have to mention is the keyboard sound, the keyboard melody. The keyboard melody in this song with the chorus, to me, these are the two components that really make this song unique and the way it's presented to us. The keyboard melody in this song really feels like a classical music. It really feels like something out of Beethoven. It's absolutely mesmerizing, has a lot of beauty to it, but it has that classical undertone to it. And that is very different from any other melody that you're going to get on this record as far as the keyboards are concerned. This one is completely different from everything else, and it sets the track apart from the rest of the album. So when you put these two components together, when you put that killer classical inspired keyboard melody with that chorus, with that live chorus, if you will, you really have a song that is very different from everything else, but it gives the record a push, because this song comes towards the middle of the record and it just gives you the oxygen that you need to go for the rest of the record towards the last songs on the album. Last but not least, Relapse. This one has to me a more rock and roll vibe to it. The guitar riff on this song to me feels like it has a heavy rock and roll influence to it. Obviously it's a Bodom song, so they gave it their DNA, their sting to it. They pushed that rock and roll knob all the way to 12, if you will. But to me, the structure, the undercarriage of this song really feels like a rock and roll song. The keyboard melody in the background really sets the table for the guitars and the drums. It alternates the more rock-inspired riff with a more melodic riff. You really get those two worlds in there. Overall, it really feels more like a rock and roll song, but you still get that Children of Bodom melody coming at you every so often from the guitars and from the keyboards, with the keyboard playing a key component on this song, but more on the background, not as much in the forefront. This song has one of my favorite solos on the album. I just like how it flows, and it connects to separate, it connects two choruses. So you get a chorus, you get this beautiful guitar solo, really over the top, absolutely really well played. And then you, right after it, you get another chorus to finish off the song. So I really like where they placed the chorus, how they incorporated the chorus, how they squeeze it in between two choruses. But more important, I love the fluidity, the life that he gave to this song. This is it, guys. This is it for Children of Bodom, Hexed, out March 8th on Nuclear Blast. I absolutely love this album. I cannot get enough of it, and the more that I listen to it, the more I discover, and to me, that is always a main component of an amazing record, is to be able to listen to it multiple times and always feel like I'm listening to it for the first time. All right, now I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on the record, the band, the singles? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll be reading those and getting back to you. Take care, guys.